bank and we will discuss, and I want to see it in 25.
What is your plans?
Any of them. I'll fight any of them, anytime, anywhere.
But who's the best matchup for you?
I want to challenge myself against the best in the world, and that's Usyk. Usyk has beaten Joshua, Usyk has beaten Tyson, Usyk has beaten Dubois. He's beaten everyone that's put in front of him, and I want to test myself against him.
I wasn't expecting it to be announced today, but it is what it is. I'm not, I've had a lot of media asking me my opinion of it today. It is what it is. I think on one side you have to understand the business of it.
Turki Alalshikh has made it official. Oleksandr Usyk versus Joseph Parker is on for this December. Fans are buzzing with anticipation. But let's be honest, Usyk isn't just defending titles. He's defending his legacy. This fight will be massive. And Parker faces the biggest challenge.
Everyone is happy. There's something amazing never have in your life again. I hope to live.
Tony Bellew's words align perfectly with the WBO's mandate. Joseph Parker stands as the mandatory challenger, and Usyk must face him. This isn't a fight by choice, it's by regulation. The belts require it, and December promises a showdown the boxing world can't ignore.
The world owes Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
The whole heavyweight division owes Joseph Parker, so I'll just say that straight away now.
He gets his arm raised and he sails off into the sunset.
I think if this guy wins, he's literally done it all. He'll be.
Yeah.
Would you want Joseph Parker's name on your ledger, though?
I mean, maybe,
the last one,
possibly, maybe
No,
Parker is the
yeah,
only one, but
Yeah.
I knowing him, he probably will. But if I was him, what he's done at cruiserweight, what he's done at heavyweight, he's cleaned out all the top guys, minus Joe Parker, because he hasn't had the opportunity yet. Now, I love Big Joe, but you would have to favour Usyk in a fight against Joe. If I'm Usyk, I don't even like this game. I hated this game. I'd have got out. I've done it. I've completed it. I've done
loves it,
Yeah,
though.
do you know what?
I might be making a U-turn now. I might be saying Parker, then retire.
Yeah.
Parker, then retire. Then you.
With the fight confirmed, Carl Frockers carries weight. He sees Parker as having earned this shot through hard work as WBO's mandatory. Frock admits Parker deserves the stage, but questions if deserving the chance and actually dethroning Usyk are two very different things.
Did the business. Parker's done everything he needs to do now to warrant a shot at Usyk. But would you even give Joseph Parker a chance at Usyk? It'd be an interesting fight. Quite fast hands, high work rate. But let's not forget who Parker's lost to already. I mean, he lost to Dillian Whyte a few years ago, and he's since been beaten a few times by people that really couldn't lace Usyk boots. And I'm not having a go at Joseph Parker. And I do think that if anybody deserves a fight, he does. He deserves the fight, deserves the payday. But is anybody realistically giving Joseph Parker a chance against Oleksandr Usyk?
Roy Jones Jr. respond with respect for Parker, calling him the opponent best positioned to challenge Usyk at this moment. He doesn't say Parker will win, but notes that his combination of experience and grit could make this Usyk's toughest night in the division so far.
But Joseph Parker is the best fight for him right now, because Joseph Parker is a guy who has the qualities and the experience that it would take to give Usyk the hardest time. Not saying he's going to beat Usyk by no means, but he will give Usyk the hardest time of anybody. And if anybody, I think if they said, Roy, you got to take one guy right now, put your money on against Usyk, who would it be? It would be Joseph.
That same confidence is echoed by Parker himself as he speaks with full belief in his ability. Joseph Parker's reply is filled with conviction. He believes working with Andy Lee and George Lockhart will unlock a new strategy, one Usyk hasn't dealt with before. It's a challenger's mindset, driven, confident, and ready to prove he belongs on boxing's.
I believe wholeheartedly in my ability and what I can do in the ring. I have full confidence that give me a good camp or give me some time to put in the work with Andy Lee and George Lockhart. Want to come up with a good game plan, probably different to everyone else's one.
Andy Lee talks like a coach who knows the size of the task but refuses to back down. He highlights Parker's growth, cutting hesitation, improving work rate, and learning how to maintain pressure on a fighter who thrives in narrow gaps. Lee sees this fight as more than just a defense. It's a generational clash where legacies are forged or shattered. He points out Usyk's brilliance at punishing mistakes. Lee knows the threat but insists Parker is now built to endure it. It's confidence from the corner. A message that Parker won't step in unprepared. For fans, it sets a scene. Usyk's non-stop rhythm versus Parker's bold reinvention.
Wants to fight the best of their era. Hamza wants to fight Canelo. Joe wants to fight Usyk. We always want to challenge ourselves as fighters, and we're up for the challenge.
Despite Parker's growth, former fighters like Tony Bellew remain firm in their view of Usyk's unbeatable aura. Bellew's reaction is blunt. He sees Usyk as untouchable. Having shared the ring with him, Bellew knows Usyk's adaptability is his greatest strength. The way Usyk shifts his weight, changes his movement, and customizes his style to each opponent makes him more than a champion. It makes him a master. Bellew points to the Daniel Dubois fight, where Usyk adjusted perfectly mid-bout, proving he's not just a fighter, but a tactician. For Parker, that paints a daunting picture. He's not entering the ring with a one-style opponent. He's up against a man who molds himself to exploit weaknesses. Bellew's verdict fuels the mystique Usyk carries. One Parker must break through if he wants to shock the world.
No one who's going to beat him. I just think technically, physically now, he's at the weight and he's adapted and he's adjusted. I mean, he's even adjusted and adapted his weight for this fight individually. I mean, he put on how much weight and slowed the actual feet down because Daniel Dubois' feet was...
Ideto captures the fan perspective, skeptical but secretly thrilled. He's heard Parker call out big names before, but with Usyk confirmed, the hype feels real. Ed admits he'd rather see Usyk face Parker than most other options, a sentiment many in the boxing world share. While some doubt Parker's chances, no one questions the intrigue of this matchup. Parker's quick hands and high output versus Usyk's chess-like precision create a compelling clash. Oladipo's take mirrors that energy. This isn't just about titles. It's about spectacle, unpredictability, and the hope of witnessing something extraordinary. For the first time in years, heavyweight boxing offers a fight that feels fresh, wide open, and truly deserving of its buzz.
These call-outs are so unique. I feel like it's going to fall on deaf ears.
Unfortunately, it will.
I appreciate the call-out.
I appreciate that. I remember he did it with Dylan White and Anthony Joshua last year. And every one of them, they just get better and better. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I will say this now, right? I would rather see Parker versus Usyk than Dubois versus Usyk. I'll say it now.
Really?
I don't think we'll get Parker Usyk, but I would rather see it.
When Oleksandr Usyk says he's ready, the boxing world pays attention. No showmanship, no theatrics, just calm certainty. His words slice through the noise. Usyk has beaten giants, knockout artists, and slick technicians, and beaten them all. Against Parker, his quiet confidence suggests this is just another step in an already legendary journey. The contrast stands out. Parker talks of belief and preparation. Usyk speaks like someone who's already done it at every level. For fans, it's chilling. Usyk doesn't need to proclaim his dominance. His record does it for him. Heading into December, that calm may be his most dangerous weapon. A silent storm Parker must somehow survive to rewrite history.
They all want to fight you, Oleksandr. Who next?
Maybe it's Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, and Anthony Joshua. Maybe Joseph Parker. I cannot now say. I wanna back home.
Frank Warren's comments make it official. This fight is happening. There's no dodging it now. Usyk holds the crown, the leverage, and the spotlight, while Parker's chance comes not by hype, but by obligation. To Warren, this is more than another bout. It's an opportunity to host one of the UK's biggest heavyweight nights in years. He stresses the scale. This isn't a voluntary defense. It's Usyk's first mandatory as champion. For Parker, it's the shot he's waited for. For Usyk, it's routine business. His toppled champions, unified belts, and now faces another hungry challenger. Warren's excitement to stage the fight on UK soil shows its significance. British fans are set for a battle where Usyk's legacy and
As I was saying before the fight, we now know who holds the belts, who's the number one, and he's going to have to make his mandatories now. And his first mandatory is the WBO against Joe Parker.
Spencer Oliver pushes his view even further. He sees Oleksandr Usyk as untouchable. His belief in Usyk's dominance extends beyond this bout. He envisions a champion who retires unbeaten. That kind of respect is rare and reserved for only the sport's elite. Still, even with such praise, Oliver sees Parker as the next, and maybe final, test before Usyk's immortality. This isn't media hype. It's how insiders view Usyk, a once-in-a-generation talent, a complete fighter, strategist, and technician. For Parker, being in this conversation is both honor and pressure. He's the underdog with everything to gain. Facing a man many believe is already unbeatable adds weight. That tension sets the tone, a fight filled with legacy, risk, and the chance to witness boxing history.
So, who's going to beat him? You know, who is that guy? I think the guy that deserves a shot next, by the way, is Joseph Parker. He's the guy that's been waiting, and I think the WBO have mandated that fight. So unless Oleksandr Usyk vacates the belt, he will have to fight Joseph Parker next. That'll be an interesting fight. That's probably his biggest challenge for him right.
This is it. The table is set for December, and once again, Oleksandr Usyk carries the burden of greatness on his shoulders. His unified divisions, beaten champions, and silenced critics. But the hunger remains. For Joseph Parker, this isn't just about, it's the chance he's been working toward. The moment where belief must become performance. Usyk steps in as the master strategist, the heavyweight chess player. Parker arrives as the durable challenger, determined to rewrite his fate on the biggest stage. If Usyk wins, his legacy deepens, inching closer to the perfect career Spencer Oliver predicted. But if Parker wins, it'll be one of boxing's greatest upsets, shaking the sport overnight. The only question now, are you backing Usyk's brilliance or Parker's dream?
I don't think anyone can beat him out there right now.
Spencer.
I don't think anyone will ever beat him. I think he'll retire undefeated. I think he'll fight one more time, and that probably is possibly against Joseph Parker.
Is set for December, and once again, Oleksandr Usyk carries the weight of history on his shoulders. His already unified divisions, beaten champions, and silenced doubters. Yet, his hunger still burns just as fiercely. For Joseph Parker, this isn't just another fight, it's the golden opportunity he's been chasing. The moment where belief must transform into performance. Usyk enters as the technical genius, the chess master of the heavyweight division, while Parker arrives as the determined challenger, eager to rewrite his legacy on boxing's biggest stage. If Usyk wins, his legacy strengthens, moving him closer to the undefeated retirement Spencer Oliver foresees. But if Parker pulls off the upset, it would be one of modern boxing's greatest shocks, reshaping the heavyweight landscape instantly. The question is simple. Are you backing Usyk's brilliance, or the dream of a Parker upset?